Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and we're watching an old movie for the very first time. So on Saturday night, Saturday afternoon, I actually watched John Carpenter's The Fog from 1980. I've never watched this movie before. It was on my list of movies to actually finally get down and watch it because I'm a horror fan. I am a John Carpenter fan. So finally, it is ticked on my list basically. And it is it has got some atmosphere, which is funny because it's a fog that's actually creating it. But yeah, it does have that going for it, and I am a little intrigued about watching people like a very young um, Jamie Lee Curtis, Tom Atkins, who was in Halloween 3. So two people who are associated with the Halloween movies and John Carpenter. You've got Janet Leigh and Hal Holbrook. You've got Adrienne Barbeau, who's one of an icon of horror movies, and a sex symbol in herself. She plays the town's radio jockey kind of thing, and it's supposed to be this coastal town in California where 100 years ago, and the story is actually quite more interesting than the actual movie, where 100 years ago a ship called the what lay? I forgot that, by the way. I'm looking it up on Wikipedia. A clipper ship called the Elizabeth Dane was deliberately sank by some of the people, the founding fathers of the small town, which is called Antonio Bay. And basically because they were lepers on the ship, they were wealthy, they were lepers, and they were trying to establish a leper colony somewhere near Antonio Bay, and the townsfolk, the men who were in charge of the town, didn't want that to happen, so they deliberately sank and killed the 6 men who were on the ship. And apparently when the fog is coming up, they are looking for revenge and kill 6 of the town folk, to atone for the sins of the founders. The priest finds out, the local priest, he finds out that his was it his father or grandfather? His grandfather's diary. Basically, when a piece of the church wall comes off, finds the diary there and sees that this is actually what happened. And then you get these the fog coming in and affecting the area, and it's done throughout this night. And of course, you've got the ghost of those men coming in and killing, violently, brutally killing, in fact. And that was kind of like done pretty well. I get that. I really liked it, by the way. And you've got Jamie Lee Curtis, very young Jamie Lee Curtis. So this was a year before 1980, right? So it was like a year before the Halloween movie came out. No, sorry, a couple of years after the Halloween movie. Halloween was in 1978, and this is 2 years later. But she still looks like amazingly young in the movie. She hooks it up with with this particular actor, Tom Atkins, who very similarly in Halloween 3, he also hooks it up with the young heroine of that particular movie. So I think Tom Atkins got some very similar kind of tropes going for him, and a couple of films directed by John Carpenter. There's this kid involved. His grandmother or nanny gets killed, and that's Adrienne Barbeau's character's son as well. So he's one of the first people to actually find something from the ship, a plank of wood with just the word Dane on it, and it's actually from the ship. So all these supernatural elements which creates this creepy, mysterious effect from the movie, and that's done very well. But I think overall the movie is a little bit of a bore. You don't really get scared. I don't know, if I had watched the movie back in 1980, I might have got scared. In 1980, when I was like 4 years old. What I mean is actually people from that era would have found it, to be a lot more scarier. The movie didn't really do well at the box office. It made So it did well at the box office, but it was actually not well received by critics at the time. It made around 21 million, I think, in North America on a 21.3 million dollars. So I don't know exactly how much would have done overall. And Blu-ray sales, DVD sales have really gone up definitely. It was made on a budget of 1.1 million, so that's pretty decent. And I have actually heard a lot of good people in more recent years, collectors of DVDs and Blu-rays, especially on the horror genre. They talked this movie up quite a bit. I didn't feel like it actually deserved that kind of a iconic status, but it's not as bad as they would have. People would have. It's not that bad either. So it's like somewhere in the middle of the road for me. I would give it a. Oh, I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. Nothing like really that memorable about the movie, except for a couple of the scenes and towards the end when the priest gets he gets killed with when everybody else is gone, and just like the creatures, the ghost basically come back. So I will keep wondering why that happened. Why didn't they just kill him off initially and then disappear? But why did they disappear, wait for everybody else to go, and then kill the priest on his own? Anyway, anybody else who's like memorable in the movie? Nancy Loomis plays Sandy Fennell. Nancy Loomis, I'm not really sure who she is. Oh, she played Annie in Halloween, and she was also in Halloween 2, and she was also in Halloween 3. So, yeah, basically she has been in several of his movies. Yeah, so that's it for The Fog. There is a remake which I heard has not done well either at the box office. But I do remember watching a little bit of that sometime on cable many years ago. Let me see. The remake came out in 2005. I think it's on a ship or something like that. That rather than the town. So I'll try to watch that as well sometime in the coming weeks, and see comparing which is actually better. This one I would give a 6.5 out of 10. I don't know if I will actually watch it again, but yeah, 6.5 is not bad for this kind of a movie from 1980. That's it from me. Have a good night, guys. Take care. I shall see you again pretty soon. Bye bye.